100,077 the expected crowd. Will Reichard is going to kick it away to DJ England Chisholm. He is deep across the way, and Teldrick Ross is deep along the near side as the two deep men for the Blue Raiders of Middle Tennessee. This kick will be going from left to right, and we will be underway here in Tuscaloosa. Walking back from the football, that's on the tee at the 35. Reichard takes a couple of strides towards the far side of the field. He'll now approach the ball, and we are underway for 2023. An end-over-end kick that sails out of the end zone, a touchback, and the Crimson Tide will go to work 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line.
I love kickoffs. Kendrick Blackshire just went down and destroyed about 2 or 3 people, and he knew that Reichard was going to kick it out of the end zone, but he still did some damage anyhow. Now we get an opportunity to call on this defense. Highly anticipated, high expectations. Can they be the leading unit of this football team?
Peasant is the running back behind Nicholas Vadiato. Vadiato, a 6'1", 196-pound quarterback. The running back, Peasant, is to the left side of the quarterback. Man in motion from the near to the far side. Vadiato looking either way, throws down the far sideline. Ball knocked in the air, looking for Chisholm. Incomplete. Terrian Arnold, the redshirt sophomore from Tallahassee, Florida, there to stay stride for stride to make the play.
I mean, right in his back pocket, and he had his eyes back on the quarterback the whole way. Good one-on-one look for Middle Tennessee, but great defense.
Now Vadiato gets the snap, throws the screen to the left side, and Metcalf made the grab, but wishes he hadn't, because Caleb Downs, who you bragged on in the pregame, was right there to lower the boom.
Malachi Moore also in on the tackle, and Middle Tennessee wasting no time back up at the line of scrimmage. They don't allow you to celebrate for long before they're ready to snap the ball again.
Peasant is back in the running back spot. 2 men on the left, man in motion to the far side. Here now the give on the toss with a flag down. Elijah Metcalf was the man.
False start. Offense, number 24. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
It was Peasant who was in motion and picks up that first flag for Middle Tennessee. But great pursuit laterally for the Crimson Tide defense.
I think that's going to be a strength of this unit as well. Those linebackers and their ability to run sideline to sideline as well as stop the run between the tackles.
So now a 3rd down and 15. Middle Tennessee going right to left as you listen. Man in motion, goes back to the far side. Vadiato under pressure. He'll scramble. He's coming left and throws that one up the near sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Peasant, who had come out of the backfield, but there was really no time. Dallas Turner was there. Others were all there, and there was no time for Vadiato to really think about where he was.
And that's not this offense. They want to be quick pace, a lot of screens, deep threats down the field, but 3rd and 15 is where no offense can rest. Quandarius Robinson also in the backfield for Alabama, the senior, doing a good job of penetrating.
Kool-Aid McKinstry is deep for the Alabama Crimson Tide to field the first punt of the day by Middle Tennessee. Toe to leather at the 10-yard line. Kool-Aid has to go way back, plays it on one hop, gets drilled, and is taken down at the 18-yard line. Great coverage on the part of the Blue Raiders, a 59-yard punt and no return. So Alabama now will get a chance to go to work offensively for the first time. But the defense showed what they're all about.
They did their job, a 3 and out. Negative yardage on the drive. That's how you want to start your season.
Jalen Milroe is the quarterback. Jace McClellan is the running back. He's lined up to the left side. And now here come the officials trotting in.
The ruling on the field is a completed punt catch. The previous play is under video review.
They say the previous play was a completed touchdown.
Never saw the ball come
I
loose.
didn't see anything of the sorts, but let's see. We're watching it again. McKinstry touches the ball and goes down with number 31 on top of him. So I'm not exactly sure what the referee said. Kool-Aid got the ball on a bounce, grabbed it at the 20, and was hit and put down at the 19-yard line by Thomas.
We got the ball spotted at the 22. Could they be?
Yeah, I don't know.
Arguing over a yard here. No fumble, no targeting. Ball should be around the 21. They currently have it marked at the 22.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait and see. There's everybody's looking at the giant screens here. A completed punt catch, and nobody was quite sure what referee Daniel Gautreaux said. He didn't explain anything. He just gave the quick, here's what happened. And we're watching it again. Kool-Aid had the ball and was hit at the 20-yard line. The shoulder was lowered, so that's not a...
And the head was down. I mean, they potentially be looking at the fact that he was leading with the crown of his helmet, but it didn't appear that he did.
Could be. Christian, what did you see?
I'm trying to gain as much intel. Here we go. They're going to tell us right now.
After video review, there is targeting on kicking team number 31. 15 yards from the end of the kick. First down, number 31 is disqualified.
Deontay Stanley is disqualified. How about that? I didn't see that. That doesn't mean it's, I'm just an observer. But a lot of folks apparently didn't see it either.
Well, he didn't really give us much indication as to what they were reviewing either. Tough way to start the season, though, for Deontay Stanley. Stanley
is a junior starting cornerback. So Alabama now will go 1st and 10. Here's Milroe on the screen. Throws it left side to Isaiah Bond, and he'll fight his way across the 40 down to the 45-yard line.
Danny Lewis Jr. getting the start at tight end, doing a good job on the kick-out block. Just a quick hitter to the perimeter, and Bonds is able to pick up 8-9 yards.
Now Jermaine Burton comes near side with Bond. Tight end in motion, comes back to the near side. Here's the toss. It goes into the backfield, but swarming is that defense, and it keeps the Crimson Tide's Jace McClellan in check, and down he goes, losing yardage on the play. That was Quindarius Dunnigan and Parker Hughes who combined on the stop.
We talk about how aggressive this defense is going to be. Parker Hughes coming up from that linebacker position, forced the play back inside. It was intended to get to the edge. He prevented that from happening.
So now a 3rd down and 8. Everybody pointing with their arms, directing traffic, and there's an out route left side. Catch is made, and Alabama's got the first down of the ball game, sponsored by our friends at ATIX.
Let ATIX be your ticket connection to all the Alabama football games. ATIX is the ticket.
We thank ATIX for staying with us for another season. Great to have them on board the Crimson Tide Sports Network. So now a 1st and 10, Alabama from the 45 of Middle Tennessee. The snap, Milroe. Handoff in the backfield. Looking for running room that time was McClellan, and Jace finds an opening that gets him down to the 42. Brings up 2nd down and about 5.5, maybe 6.
Point of emphasis, though, is running the football and being able to pick up positive yardage, stay ahead of schedule. A nice run on 1st down between the tackles.
Tight end Nye Black in motion, goes to the left side of the formation. Following a man in motion for the near side, Law. Here's the snap. It goes, and the handoff left side. McClellan shifts high gear, left sideline. He's taken down and out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Good shifting of high gear and a quick readjustment, and that's good for another 23 yards and a first down.
And nice vision as well. Middle Tennessee State brought pressure, a run stopper there to the right. He's able to bounce it to the left and get into the open field and take advantage.
So the bank first down gives Alabama the football, 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line. Milroe can't handle a snap. It bounces past him. He'll pick it up. He'll run to the near side. He's to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown. Unbelievable. How about that? Not the way they drew it up. Not the way they drew it up. In the playbook, it bounced past Milroe. He went back. He picked it up. He ran down the near side, danced around a couple of defenders, and the first touchdown for the Crimson Tide here today. How about that?
Well, obviously the guy is an athlete, but I think more importantly was his composure and going to the football, not pressing, not rushing, trying to pick it up. He didn't take his eyes off of it. Calmly turned around, knowing that he had time to make a play. And then the athletic ability just kicked in, and he runs around everybody.
The extra point is up and good. And we've got timeout on the field. Timeout with Alabama on top by a score of 7-0. It was a bit of an unusual looking touchdown, but that number 7 looks perfectly natural on the scoreboard. We're back in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. He comes again to begin the second drive offensively for Middle Tennessee. Kick is in the air, going left to right as you listen, and it again will sail almost to the identical spot it did before. It takes a bounce and then skips out of the end zone, and that will give the football to Middle at a 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Again, their quarterback, Nicholas Vattiato. 6'1", 196 pounds. Frank Peasant is going to line up in the backfield. Elijah Metcalf will split wide to the far side along with Chisholm. They've got 2 wideouts to the near. Snap coming between the hash marks. Bama with the crimson tops over the white pants. Middle Tennessee in the white jerseys over the blue pants. Here now the give. Nope, they're going to go and roll right. Elijah Metcalf. He was the intended receiver.
They're going to give him the catch.
Yeah, they are going to say he came down in bounds across the way. So he'll pick up the, well, no, they're going to bring it back.
Eligible player downfield. Offense number 63. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Wilson Kelly, the center. The ineligible receiver downfield. Third flag on Middle Tennessee. Wilson Kelly, you know what he did in high school? The kid lettered in fishing. Did you have a fishing team in high school?
No, that's yeah. My wife was the first fishing sponsor, though, at her high school where she taught.
Really?
It's a thing.
It is. 1st and 15. Here's a quick throw, left side, caught by Tate. He gets wrestled down to the ground by the Crimson Tide. And Jeremy Tate Jr. will pick up just a couple. Brings up 2nd down and a dozen. 2 wideouts stacked right, 2 wideouts stacked to the left side. Vattiato gets the snap, throws it quickly to the right side on a screen. Chisholm has it. He'll go to the right side, and he gets taken down by Terrian Arnold. Arnold playing well. He showed good pursuit in the preseason. That was one thing.
He did an excellent job right there of fighting off a blocker and limiting that to a short gain.
Nothing of one. That's what Middle Tennessee is in 3rd down conversions. Now off the far hash mark. Vattiato throws, and to the near side, it's behind Sherman. Incomplete. He was looking for Javonte Sherman at the 45-yard line, and the ball sailed incomplete.
Yeah, Kool-Aid McKinstry in great coverage there. Then that's the back shoulder throw. Middle Tennessee it loves these one-on-one opportunities. They're going to continue to take them. Important for these cornerbacks to be in good position. Kool-Aid McKinstry right where he needed to be.
The first punt was a 59-yarder by Trey Turk. Here is his second punt of the day. Kool-Aid waiting back at his own 32-yard line. The snap, a good one, and Turk will boot that one away. McKinstry watches it, takes it on the hop, scooters down the left sideline, and he's all the way across midfield to the 40-yard line.
Well, I tell you what, he's got so many guys bearing down on him, and at the last second, even off of the turf, he's able to keep that focus and concentration and scoop it up and get positive yardage. You gotta have to hold your breath, thinking something bad might happen. But Kool-Aid McKinstry being cool there and doing what he does best.
A 41-yard punt and a 28-yard return. So that obviously is a big plus. One of the many talented, one of the many talents that Kool-Aid has. 1st and 10, Alabama now. They will spot it at the 47 of middle. Roydell Williams in the backfield, gets the handoff from Milroe. He'll go left, spins in total to avoid a tackler, and gets down to the 41-yard line. Darian Dalcourt threw a nice lead block to give Roydell some running room.
Well, for the first time this evening, that offensive line really pushing the line of scrimmage backwards. Middle Tennessee stunning in there, but the push was positive, and Alabama picks up a great yardage on 1st down.
Milroe with a good bit of protection, throws across the middle to the 40. It is complete to Williams out of the backfield. It'll be short of the 1st down, however. It'll bring up 3rd and a full yard for the Crimson Tide.
Now Alabama brings in the meat. They got C.J. Dupree as well as Robbie Oots coming in, 2 big tight ends.
Oots could also be an H-back, fullback, name it what you will. The quarterback says, to heck with all that, I'll just keep it and lunge forward and pick up the 1st down. So another bank first down for the Alabama Crimson Tide, who leads 7-0.
Well, when you got a quarterback that's 220 pounds, and this offensive line obviously is trying to make a statement getting that push, even on 3rd and 2, running the quarterback sneak, plenty, picking up that 1st down.
8 minutes to go, opening quarter here in Tuscaloosa. Milroe looks to the far sideline. Signal being relayed in. He'll hold the ball out. Hands it off to Roydell Williams, who'll dance forward and pick up yardage. Raekwon Hartley made the tackle.
C.J. Dupree at the spear of that running game right there did an excellent job of pancaking his defender.
Dupree, 6'5", 257 pounds. Offensive line doing a nice job there. Here now Milroe again in the shotgun with the running back staying in to block. He'll throw to the left side. Caught by the tight end Dupree. He'll make a spinning grab at the 30-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd down again for the Crimson Tide. Christian, what you got?
Well, we heard all offseason about the offensive line wanting to play physical, and that was a prime example. The play before last, J.C. Latham got up screaming after driving this guy about 15 yards down the field, blocking him after the whistle, and that's what you want to see out of this offensive line.
Now the handoff, and trying to find running room was Roydell Williams, but he will get across the 25 and just enough for the 1st down. So that'll move the chains again. Another 1st down for the Crimson Tide. Bank First back with us as another sponsor for Alabama. 3 of 3 in 3rd down conversions today is Alabama. Here now Milroe throws near side. Wide open was Jermaine Burton standing in by his lonesome inside the 20 at the 17. Teldrick Ross finally closed in and put the stop on him, but still a pickup of 9 for Alabama. It'll be a 2nd down and 1 now from the 15. Here's the snap into the shotgun. Milroe left side. Catch is made. 1st down. And that's going to be Kobe Prentice taking it out of bounds as we pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. On a 1st and goal from inside the 9-yard line. Alabama trying to add to their 1 touchdown lead. Here's Chase McClellan lined up to the left rear of his quarterback. He'll get the handoff, shoots up the middle, nearly breaks free for the touchdown, but gets tripped up inside the 5 at the 2. That was Brandon Buckner who ends up putting the stop on him. Christian?
And Alabama already has implemented this little zone read with Milroe on the backside. That holds that backside tight end and prevents him from clogging down, and McClellan is able to pick up tough yardage inside the tackles.
Those 2 tight ends. Now here comes Bama again. The give up the middle. First time, nothing. Second effort, nothing more. That time it was Jalen Graham who came up to make the tackle. And if that name sounds familiar, Jalen Ram is the son of Thomas Ram, the former Crimson Tider. He's the guy who blocked the field goal attempt by Ray Tarasi at State College, Pennsylvania, back in 1989, preserving a victory for the Crimson Tide at Beaver Stadium that day. And Ram now on his caboose. You can tell he's in pain. He takes the helmet off and throws it aside as the trainers are out there. Coach Stockstill is going to check on him. And he's going to need some help to get off the field, Roger.
Yes, and this injury timeout is brought to you by Andrews Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center, the official sports medicine provider for the Alabama Crimson Tide, as Alabama will now have 3rd and 1 inside the Chick-fil-A red zone.
Alabama leading by a score of 7-0. Jalen Milroe with a 21-yard touchdown run earlier on a broken play. Bama 3 of 3 in 3rd down conversions here today. Here comes the Tide off the far sideline. They wind the clock. 4:33 time remaining in the opening quarter here in Tuscaloosa. Jace McClellan, the running back. Milroe, the quarterback. Here's the give to Jace. Gets to the goal line, busts free, and then carries it in on second effort for a touchdown. He went up the middle, got stymied, bounced off, went left, and carried it in for another touchdown.
Yeah, that offensive line only able to push those defensive guys about a yard closer to the end line. Nowhere to go. McClellan is able to bounce it to the outside. Good job of keeping that lower body strength, keeping his legs up underneath him, having that balance in order to bounce it out.
So Jace McClellan with the touchdown. Will Reichard with the extra point. It is up and it is good.
Alabama 14, Middle Tennessee nothing with 4:15 left to go in the first quarter. Bama just scored from the Chick-fil-A red zone. Download the Chick-fil-A app to claim your free Chick-fil-A offer by midnight tonight. The offer is redeemable at participating Alabama Chick-fil-A restaurants next week, Monday through Friday. That last drive culminating in a 1-yard touchdown. Christian, how about the offensive line for the Crimson Tide there?
Look, everything starts up front in the trenches, and these guys are putting on a clinic. That's the most dominant, physical, nasty style of play I've seen in a long time from this group. So everything that they've been talking about, we're finally seeing it on full display. These guys are clearly sending a message tonight so far.
That's great to see, and that's where the key is to many, many wins, right there in the trenches. 2 for 2 in touchbacks on the kickoffs today. And Will Reichard now stretches that mark to 3 for 3. As again, the football sails into and out of the end zone to our right. So here come the Blue Raiders now in those white jerseys over the blue pants. Jaden Criddle is the running back now, giving Peasant a chance to take a breather. Man in motion from the near side to the far. Criddle gets the handoff. No, the quarterback pulls it back. And Vadiato will scamper to the near side, pick up 5 yards on the play. Criddle, a transfer from Northern Illinois, who appeared in 7 games there a year ago. 3-man wide right, 1 in the slot, 2 wide, man wide to the near side. Here now the tight end comes in motion, and the drop. Near side throw, catch is made. It's Olsen who's got it, and he'll stumble and bumble forward to pick up the first down.
Quick hitter there. Dallas Turner recognized it, tried to get to the outside to make the tackle, was just a step slow in getting there.
That was the first down for the Blue Raiders.
False start. Offense, number 64. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Jackie Graham in motion, pulled back from his tackle spot. That's the 4th flag of the evening.
In unison, both tackles for Middle Tennessee step back at the exact same time.
So a 1st and 15 now. Here's Vadiato, looks, throws left side, Cradle has it. He'll dance up the near sideline and gets out near midfield. That'll be a first down for the Blue Raiders.
They love to screen you. They want to try to run this defensive unit as much as possible, try to wear them down. They're not going to get away from what they do best. That's the quick hitters and the one-on-one shots downfield.
They needed 15 yards. That's what they got. And now the whistle sound on the part of the referee, Daniel Gautreau. Does a little signaling.
And Christian, I'm just curious, how tough is that against a team that screens so much if you're playing along that defensive front?
Well, the best way to neutralize that is to have pursuit from all 11 guys. It's tough. It's going to wear on you, but you just have to make sure everybody's flying to the ball. And for the most part, they've done a really good job of doing that tonight.
They are resetting the clock here. It didn't run. They spotted it, stopped play, and now are resetting things. It's very possible that old habits are tough to break, and they stop the clock inadvertently after the first down as Credle gets the football, and he will work it in the middle. Brings up 2nd down. And a dozen.
And Trez Marshall does not get the stop on that play, but boy, he shoots the gap so quick and clogs things up.
Now Vadiato, he keeps the football, tucks it under his left arm, throws his body into the defense and gets taken down. It'll be Jalen Key getting credit for the tackle for Alabama, but it brings up now a 2nd down and 4.5, maybe 5. Snap coming from atop the logo at the midfield stripe. Vadiato looks right and left and throws off balance to the near side and overthrows Holden Willis. There's a flag on the play, a flag down on the 50. He was going off his back foot and off balance as he threw it.
Personal foul, shot block, offense, number 63 and number 22. 15-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
Wilson Kelly and Jaden Credle guilty of that shot block.
And I'm not sure if that was on Deontay Lawson or not. He shot the A-gap on the blitz on 3rd and long.
5 penalties already against Middle Tennessee. And that moves the football back now to the 36-yard line. So that's going to be a 2nd down and 20 facing Middle. Man in motion, goes to the far side. Here's Vadiato from the backfield, throws, and it's complete at the 45-yard line. With tight defense, Elijah Metcalf was covered by Caleb Downs, but he made the grab, but still well shy. He picked up 10 of the 20 yards they needed.
And Caleb Downs is not backing up. He's staying right there. He knows that he can recover as fast as Metcalf is. He's able to close in on that as soon as the ball is caught.
A minute 24 remaining in the opening quarter. Alabama leads by a couple of touchdowns, 14-0. Now with 2 on the right side in motion. Here comes the pressure, and it's the first sack of the ball game, first sack of the season. Quandarius Robinson, who had just a half sack a season ago, and he gets that one, and it was a big-time hit.
Boy, he timed that one out perfect. Right at the snap of the ball, he's able to shoot the gap. split two guys in there and was able to get in there. Christian, what you got?
That was an example of what we used to call the cheetah package last year. They're naming it the raptor package. That's this year. Doesn't matter. All it means is there's speed on the field, and that's what you see. 3 edge guys on the field. The offensive line doesn't know what to do because they're not used to seeing a 230-pound guy line up like that and be able to make moves inside and come up with the sack.
And we'll tell you more about that sack. Our friends from Guthrie's have a great idea for you. We'll tell you about it as this now a punt. It hits around the 13-yard line off the foot of Turk and goes out of bounds at the 11. And that's where Alabama will be going to work after a 52-yard punt. All right, Alabama with a 2-touchdown lead, getting set to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From about the 10-yard line, Malik Benson wide to the far side. Here's the give, and spinning forward is Jace McClellan. He'll get out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Robbie Oots led the blocking that time. Nice job.
And McClellan had a one-on-one opportunity with a defender right there at the line of scrimmage. Does a double move, cuts hard up inside to pick up positive yardage.
Getting set to go here, 2nd quarter in Tuscaloosa. Jace McClellan is the running back for Alabama in the pistol formation. Man in motion from the near side is Burton, and the give up the middle gets 1.5 yards. It's Quandarius Dunnigan who'll stack everybody up on the far side and make an impressive stop there. Brings up a 3rd down and 1 yard now for Alabama.
And that might have been one where Robbie Oots chose the wrong guy to block. The pressure coming from the left side. He went up into the line to take on a linebacker versus picking that up.
So now, Bama 4 of 4 in 3rd down conversions. Man in motion. Nye Black, the tight end. Football loose to the far side, and hard running will get McClellan a 1st down across the 20 to the 21-yard line. A hard-earned 1st down right there.
Yeah, this Middle Tennessee State defense, they are absolutely pinning their ears back, shooting the gaps with the backers. They are playing inside the box. You got to think it's a matter of time with a little bit of breathing room before Alabama takes a shot deep.
Now the 1st and 10. Running back to the left side of Milroe. Play action, and here comes the sack. Another one. First of the night for Middle Tennessee, Jonathan Butler. The 5th-year senior out of Sumter, South Carolina. He came shooting right through and picked up the sack. He's a junior college transfer. That guy.
He's a big guy. And Jam Miller, the freshman, was his responsibility to pick him up. He made contact. It's not that he missed him. He just got ran over.
So now with an empty backfield, here's Milroe getting the snap. Looks near side. Catch is made. Benson looks. Finds a little running room. Gets out across the 15 to the 17-yard line. But it still brings up a 3rd and long for the Alabama Crimson Tide.
And it's a good job of taking what the defense get. He wanted to push the ball down the field. It wasn't there. You had a late comer on by Middle Tennessee. You hit the check down. You give yourself an opportunity on 3rd down.
Bama on a 3rd and 15. They are 5 of 5 in 3rd down conversions today. 3 wides far side, low snap. Milroe picks it up, throws across the middle and incomplete. Malik Benson was charging from the far to the near sideline, but couldn't catch up with that football. So the Alabama Crimson Tide going to have to punt it away for the first time tonight, as James Burnip will come in and punt it away to Teldrick Ross. Ross did not return a punt last year, did return a kickoff. Burnip takes a couple of strides to the right and booms that one away. Look out in downtown. Nice kick all the way down to the 31-yard line. Here we go now with Middle Tennessee taking the first down handoff, and Peasant will carry out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Jalen Key, the free safety, by way of UAB, transferred in. And he is there to make the tackle. 12:05 to go in the opening half. Bama by 2 touchdowns. 14-0. Quarterback with an empty backfield. Battiato has 3 wides to the near side, 2 to the left. Gets the snap, dances around, takes off running for his life, loads up and throws long off the fingertips of the intended receiver at the 15-yard line, incomplete. And that one could well have been caught by Kellen Stewart. He was there and it went off his fingertips.
Well, we talked about communication prior to the game, and Christian, that was a busted coverage. What'd you see down there?
Yeah, it looked like there definitely was a miscommunication on the back end, but luckily Caleb Downs was able to get in there in enough time to disrupt that pass and make an incomplete play right there.
Now, Middle Tennessee 0 of 3 in third down conversions here today. Empty backfield again for Battiato. He'll look to the near sideline. Coach Stockstill signaling the play in. 2 wideouts right. Here's the quarterback. He'll keep it. He'll run down the left sideline and step out of bounds inside the 30 at the 29-yard line, and a big first down run of 42 yards for the Blue Raiders of Middle Tennessee.
So it's 3rd and long, and you go man across the board. No one is responsible for the quarterback. Battiato recognizes that. Lawson shot a gap, but he was on the wrong side, and the quarterback from Middle Tennessee is able to take advantage.
2 wide stacked on either side. Battiato with a quick inside give, and then the screen pass to the left side. It is caught for a 5-yard gain out to the 25-yard line. Javante Sherman on the receiving end of that one. From Valdosta, Georgia.
Chris Braswell is all over the place right now. He has played every snap on this series. We have not seen Dallas Turner.
Nope. Tim Smith just exits the ball game. The big defensive end. Here's a man in motion, near side. They roll the play to the right. Battiato throws, and it's onto the hip of Jeremy Tate Jr., who was a big target at 6'5", 259. And he made the grab, brings up a 3rd and a couple.
I tell you what, Battiato from Middle Tennessee, he's a quick little sucker too. He's able to break pressure, get on the perimeter there, and keep his eyes downfield and pick up positive yardage.
1 of 4 now, Middle Tennessee in third down conversions. Here's a 3rd down and a couple. Shotgun snap, quick release, right side. Catch is made, first down, and Chisholm who'll pick up the first down on the right side, and again, a very, very quick release.
And we saw this versus Tennessee last year, where the offense will do stack receivers and then do a lot of quick hitters and everything. And Christian, help us out. I mean, this is a difficult defense that Alabama's struggled with. How do you stop it?
Well, you got to have some secondary guys that are willing to go up and force the run. So these cornerbacks, they got to go and attack those receivers that are blocking, and then you got to have the pursuit from the defensive line, turning and getting out the stack and helping out.
Battiato here looking for DJ England Chisholm, but there's a flag.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 91. Contact above the quarterback's shoulder, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Jaheim Otis, the guilty party. And that's the first flag of the day against Alabama, which is good, but this was not good.
Yeah, that's frustrating too. He's trying to block the ball with his hand, and it comes down on Battiato's shoulder pads, and he got penalized for it.
Yeah. So now it's a 1st and goal from the 9. Peasant in motion, goes to the far side. Here's the fake inside give and a throw over the shoulder, but Tate incomplete, 8 yards deep in the end zone. The well-placed football just couldn't quite find its target.
Well, this is when it gets difficult, too, for an opposing offense. Down the field, it's been all quick hitters around the line of scrimmage, and then the running abilities of Battiato to be able to advance the football. Now with the condensed field, this defense needs to step up and force a field goal.
2nd and goal from the 9-yard line. Battiato back into the shotgun. He has a running back to his right rear. That's Peasant. Peasant goes in motion now. Here's Vadiato looking, pulls it down, and then has the ball knocked out of his hands by Chris Braswell. And who has it underneath that stack? I believe, well, Middle seems to think they have it. But that was a great job by Braswell to bust up that play.
Really on the field as a fumble recovered by the offense. Third down.
Boy, Christian, you talked about Chris Braswell coming into the game. Well, he's had a good series here.
He has, and that's exactly why I talked about him. This guy is a guy that's slept on. He is athletic. He knows how to bend the corner. He's got fluid hips, and that's exactly what he just showed right there. He burst off the ball. He bent his hips, turned the edge, and came up with a huge sack right there.
Second sack of the day, sponsored by our friends at Guthrie's. And now here's a third down and goal from the 9. Pressure on the quarterback, and Vadiato is chased out of the stadium and throws it away. And this is Quandarius Robinson who'll get the credit on that play defensively. And now they're going to try and, one would assume, go for the field goal. Indeed they will. It'll be a 33-yard field goal attempt. Zeke Rankin, he's hit from 49 yards a season ago against San Diego State. Here's the kick from 23-yard shot, and it is no good. It is no good. The Alabama Crimson Tide dodge a bullet right there. No good from 33 yards away. All right, Roger Hoover, thank you. Hey, folks, don't forget, our next broadcast here on the network will be Saturday of next weekend, 3 o'clock airtime, kickoff 6 o'clock against the Texas Longhorns. Boy, that's going to be quite the day. Here now, Alabama, 1st and 10. And that time, Roydell Williams tries to penetrate the defense on the right side, cannot. Robbie Oots leaves the ball game to be replaced by Amari Nyblack. Isaiah Bond trots in as well. 2nd down and 10 after that no gainer. 3 wides to the left side. Snap, it's knee high. Milroe picks it up, throws. Beautiful concentration by Prentice to make the catch on the right side. He was running, and it was not an easy catch to make. And he does a great job. It'll be 9.5 yards on the pickup.
Milroe has been so sharp in the passing game, and this is the first pass that's been thrown out front of his receiver. And Kobe Prentice is able to bring it in close to 1st down.
Now Milroe on the give. Big 1st down run for Alabama. That's Roydell Williams looking for running room. And Roydell, who had 250 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns a year ago, takes off that time for a clean 1st down. A bank first down for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now on a 1st and 10. Bama at their own 36-yard line. Milroe waits, claps his hands, gets the snap. Play action fake. He waits for a man to get downfield, and the catch is made down low. A nicely picked up ball by Kobe Prentice. I was waiting to see whether it had bounced, and now they're going to bring it back. It apparently did bounce. And he could not hang on to it either.
I think that's
I didn't see the ball come loose.
I think that's his first incomplete pass. He had an opportunity for Burton down the sideline in a one-on-one who had gained a step on the defender, but chose to throw it underneath instead.
Now a 2nd down. Snap back to Milroe. Looks right, throws right. Catch is made by Prentice.
Starting to see a little bit of rhythm out of Jalen Milroe in the passing game as well. He's throwing on time, putting the ball where it needs to be, and so even with contested coverage by Middle Tennessee, it still comes down as a completion.
Now off the far hash mark, going right to left. 3 wides left, 1 to the right side. Everybody looks over to the sidelines. Play is being signaled in by the coaching staff. Here now the snap. Milroe drops back, looks left, takes off, and he's taken down from behind. It'll be the second sack of the ball game for Middle Tennessee. Parker Hughes is the man who records the sack, matches his total season total from a year ago. He had 1 sack a season back.
You know, and there's enough guys to be able to pick up this pressure on 3rd and long situations. The running backs right now, though, having a difficult time of making contact and not giving up ground.
So now Burnip to punt it away for the Crimson Tide. Under heavy pressure, he gets it away. Fair catch is being called and taken by Middle. Boy, getting chippy out there now. A couple of bodies go flying through the air, but we've got timeout. Alabama's on top by a score of 14-0. Middle Tennessee going 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Run comes off the near side, and that was Criddle, Jaden Criddle, in the grasp of Kendrick Blackshear and Dallas Turner. Now on a 2nd down play, man in motion, gets the swing pass. That's Criddle on a screen out to the left side, and he turns the corner and will be close to the necessary yardage, and he'll pick it up. Kool-Aid McKinstry came up from his cornerback spot to make the stop for the Crimson Tide. Empty backfield again. Here's Variayo. Throws the ball to the near sideline. And the quick release and the quick catch, but it doesn't gain much for them as Deontay Lawson is right there atop the receiver.
Sideline to sideline, this offense puts so much pressure on you, forcing you to run. Deontay Lawson got tired of that. He was quick to the perimeter and was able to fight off the blocker and make the tackle.
Dallas Turner checks in. Badiaho with a single running back. He'll disperse him out into the formation. Badiaho looks across the middle after looking everybody off, and Chisholm is there to make the grab. He looked left, he looked right, and then found Chisholm cutting across the middle. It'll be 3rd down and a yard. Now with no time to think, here's the quick snap and the handoff inside, and another 1st down for the Blue Raiders.
You know, they don't attack the inside very much, but on 3rd and short, they're able to do that. It's still pressed to the outside with a cutback lane, and they get just enough for them to move the chains.
Now Badiaho stands in with pressure, intercepted by Alabama, intercepted by the Tide's Jalen Key, and he will carry it back to the 40-yard line, and Alabama, up by 2 touchdowns, is back in business. Jalen Key, the grad student from Quincy, Florida, with the 1st interception of the ball game for Alabama.
And Middle Tennessee, they tried to cross their outside receivers to create confusion in the secondary, but Terrion Arnold and Jalen Key did a great job in communication, exactly where they're supposed to be. He got in the back hip and was able to get the interception.
So the Tide back in business with good field position. When we come back, 14-0 Bama on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Isaiah Bond, Malik Benson, they're out there in the formation for the Crimson Tide. C.J. Dupree, the tight end, goes in motion towards the formation. Here now Milroe stands in, looks long, has an eye on a man who's taken down. Flags on the play at the 3-yard line. Flags on the play. Bama had, you can't.
Pass interference, defense, number 17. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. 1st down.
You can't hide speed, man.
Man, I tell you what, it's good to have it there, and it's a great opportunity for Alabama to take a home run shot when you off of a turnover on your side of the field. They set it up beautifully. The offensive line did a nice job. A lot of contact, though, down there inside the 5-yard line. Otherwise, that's a touchdown.
6 penalties already tonight by Middle Tennessee. C.J. Dupree, the tight end, comes in motion to the left side of the formation. Defense digs in. Milroe claps his hands, gets the snap, rolls right and throws, and it's knocked out of midair, incomplete.
All right, something wasn't right with this play, and I'm not sure if Isaiah Bonds was supposed to go into motion prior to the snap. Might have been miscommunication there. Jalen Milroe might have not have sent him, but guys were not in the right place, and this was a dysfunctional play from the get-go.
Strong safety Thomas was there to knock it out of midair with 3:31 remaining here in the half. Alabama's on top 14-0. Second down and 10. Here's the snap. Milroe. He'll keep it. Roll to the right side. Goes to the sideline. And he's taken down possibly by the horse collar tackle. We'll have to wait and see what the official call. But it looked like it could have been a horse collar.
Personal foul. Horse collar. Defense number 0. Half the distance to the goal from the previous spot. First down.
Richard Kinley is the guilty party. The junior from Memphis.
Yeah,
His brother, if you've been watching, his brother is Cameron Kinley. He's that fullback from Navy who played the other day.
And Jalen was a little slow getting up after that play. That's a tough way to get brought down. It's good to see him back up.
Bama now inside the Chick-fil-A red zone. 2 wides to the near side. Tight ends are in. Here's the keeper by Milroe. Goes to the right side. Dances down the right sideline. And he is in. Touchdown, Alabama. 13 yards on the run by Jalen Milroe. And the Crimson Tide adding to their lead. It's now 20-0.
It was just about the exact same play as previous when he got tackled for a loss, but this time doing an outstanding job reading the backside in, good blocking up front. He's able to get him to the edge. Boy, he is quick when he gets in open space. Nyblack also with an excellent job on the perimeter of springing him loose, getting the touchdown.
Extra point try by Will Reichard. And the kick is up, and it is good. So Alabama now with a 21-0 lead. The Bromberg scoring drive will be 2 plays, 42 yards in a very neat 35 seconds.
You got to take advantage of the turnovers, and Alabama doing that. They took the home run shot, didn't get it, but they got the pass interference. And then maybe a bad read by Jalen Milroe, not giving that ball away, but they benefit from the horse collar. Very next play, being physical up front, imposing your will, and getting the score. They got an opportunity here to get another stop, though, and potentially get more points before halftime.
Sure. Bama 3 of 3 on kickoffs for touchbacks by the outstanding Will Reichard, Tildrick Ross, and DJ England Chisholm, the 2 deep men for Middle Tennessee. Wind is not a factor. It is a very calm night here in Tuscaloosa. The orange tassels atop the uprights are just hanging there limply. Here's the kick. Doesn't matter which way he's going, it's going to be a touchback. This one is actually caught in the end zone, but another touchback. So 4 for 4 on the part of Reichard.
Got to stay aggressive here on the defensive side. Christian, what adjustments can you make as lateral as this offense is go? I know you said fly around, but is there anything else you can do?
Yeah, you just got to have the good corner support right there. Those corners, they got to come up. They got to force it back inside to all the other guys, right? That's why they're trying to get it on the perimeter, because you lack the depth and you lack the help. So if your corners can force that football back inside to where all your help is, typically you can help stop that.
Empty backfield. Vadiato brings a man in motion now. Gets the snap, swings it out to the left flat, and it's dropped. He had an empty backfield, then Kellen Stewart came in motion. He swung out to the left flat, and the pass went right to him and then right down to the grass.
And it was an opportunity there for Middle Tennessee. We set the edge, but they still would have picked up 4 or 5 yards had that ball been called.
So now is 2nd down and 10. Football is at their own 25, and whistles from the officials. I think they inadvertently moved the football. They reset it. Clock rolls, 3:03 remaining in the first half. Vadiado under pressure. Down he goes. Have a seat. Deontay Lawson with sack number 3 for Alabama. And the Crimson Tide now ratcheting things up just a bit.
So Trez Marshall started in the middle, and then at the snap of the ball, Deontay Lawson was on the outside, almost in coverage. He comes with the pressure, confuses the offensive line, and Marshall is able to get over the top, so there's nowhere to go with the football.
3 of 7 in third down conversions are the Blue Raiders. Vadiado brings Frank Peasant in motion to the left of the quarterback. Here comes pressure, and it's deflected and nearly intercepted. They were trying to hit Peasant out of the backfield. Chris Braswell came charging in, tipped it, and was darn near another interception.
Boy, Braswell had a bead on him too. Vadiado, he's so quick in the backfield. I don't know how he was able to elude that pressure. And very fortunate as the ball was tipped that it was not intercepted.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 2:14. 2:14. Thank you.
You hear the instructions from referee Daniel Gottrode. They do reset. Kool-Aid McKinstry is back to field the punt from Trey Turk. The snap into the end zone, and he boots it away. Kool-Aid makes the grab at the 50, gets around a couple of men, and goes forward to the 45-yard line. But you know, a 39-yard punt there, many guys would have just caught it. That's, you know, here you pick up an extra 5. You never can look away from Kool-Aid.
And 5 yards may or may not be crucial on this drive. You never know how that's going to impact it, but the ball was kicked so low, it gave him an opportunity to field it quickly, keep his eyes low, and make it and advance it.
Here comes Caden Proctor and the rest of the offensive line to lead Jalen Milroe out onto the field. 2 minutes, 5 seconds to go. First half of play. Alabama leads 21-0. 3 wide right side. Snap to Milroe. Steps back, steps up, loads up, looks long, has a man. Touchdown, Alabama. Isaiah Bond. 47 yards. We saw that in the scrimmage in week 1 of the scrimmages. The man's got an arm.
A lot of very strong arm. Good wheels by Bonds as well. Excellent protection. This is a play that takes time to develop. Almost looked very similar to the other home run shot that Alabama took. You're able to catch the safety sitting flat on a crosser, and Isaiah Bond works the entire field going across the top and catches it in stride for a touchdown.
He had Trey Fluellen there defensively, but the pass was perfectly thrown, and Bonds had plenty of distance on the defender. Extra points up, good, 28-0. The Alabama Crimson Tide. Gotta like that, Roger Hoover. Impressive stuff.
Certainly do. And again, we saw it in that last scrimmage, or the first one for the Crimson Tide, as you mentioned. Jalen Milroe showing off that not only pocket presence, but also Isaiah Bond right there where he needs to be, Tyler.
Spacing is everything in the passing game, and when you get receivers that are too close together, defenders have an easy day covering everybody with one person. But man, when you spread out and you can put pressure on one particular part of the field, you can get a lot of yardage in the passing game, and they recognized the defense, took advantage of it, and I'm most impressed with the fact the ball was thrown where it needed to be. It was in stride, wasn't thrown behind him where the defender could catch up and bat it away. Perfect play.
Alabama's on top now by a score of 28-0, and a chance to kick it away again to Teldrick Ross and DJ England Chisholm. 4 for 4 are the kicks for a touchback, and make it 5 for 5 now as we pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Welcome back, Eli Gold, Tyler Watts, Christian Miller. Our engineer, producer, Tom Stipe, our host of the broadcast, Roger Hoover, who is the only person to wave when I mention his name. You know, I mention your name, you don't wave. We're on radio.
We're sitting right next to each other.
Yeah, even if we have the in-booth camera. Roger waves. Here's Middlebrook, gets the handoff. And he will take off and run to the... Of course, Roger was brought up by a nice family, and he has manners. So he waves. 12-yard pickup by Ja'Kale Middlebrook. Here now, 1st and 10 again. Trying to find running room that time to the near side. And there was nothing there. They ran over Sterling Porsche, their left tackle. Compliments of Deontay Lawson and Jaheim Otis. That busted up that play in a hurry. Here now is a 2nd down and 10. Everybody looking to the near sideline, or at least everybody in white and blue looking to get the play relayed in from the sideline. Now Vadiato steps up towards the line of scrimmage, signals with his hands, handoff on the interior, and it gets out to the 40-yard line. He'll pick up some 5 yards on the play. That was Middlebrook.
Timeout. Middle Tennessee. It is their first. It will be 30 seconds.
And Middle Tennessee will take their first timeout of the half. Don't forget, coming up, we've got Hey Coach next week. Our weekly talk show with Coach Nick Saban coming to you Thursday from Baumhauer's Victory Grill here in Tuscaloosa. Hope you can tune in for that Thursday night from 6:30 until 8. Crimson Tide Rewind is Monday night. Roger will be at the keyboard for that one.
Roger and Corey Reamer.
Yeah, Corey Reamer. That'll be coming up Monday from Baumhauer's in Vestavia. And of course, next Saturday, airtime 3, kickoff 6 o'clock for the much-awaited Alabama-Texas matchup. Here now, a 3rd down and 6. Vadiato, empty backfield, gets the snap under pressure, throws it away, incomplete. He was looking for Jeremy Tate, who was circling around the numbers at the far sideline near the 45-yard line, but with all sorts of coverage there, including Kool-Aid McKinstry. It was harmless, and it went away.
Well, he also had a Boygby as well as Dallas Turner right in his face when he's trying to deliver that pass. That's awfully difficult to get it around or over those guys.
So now it's time to punt it away again. It'll be the 5th punt of the day for Trey Turk. Alabama will stand with Kool-Aid McKinstry back at his own 21. That's a pretty punt. Spirals back. Kool-Aid takes it and makes the fair catch at the 12-yard line. And that's where Bama will go to work. 1st and 10 with 53 seconds remaining in the opening half. And again, Roger, what you got coming up on the Full Moon Barbecue halftime report?
Well, take a look at the Cadence Bank stats and facts from the first half, and then it'll be Brian Houseworth along with an Alabama Power scoreboard update to see what's going on around the SEC and the nation.
Well, your defense had an opportunity in a 2-minute drill to get off the field, and they did that much. I'm curious about how much this Alabama offense presses right here, or if they're content with a 28-point lead going into halftime.
Roydell Williams is the running back to the left side of Milroe. A bit of a low snap. The handoff goes to Roydell, and he will just keep those legs digging. And he'll get out across the 15 to the 18-yard line. Quindarius Dunnigan will make the tackle. Hey, don't forget, the coach will be here in a moment or so. Coming up at halftime, sponsored by Golden Flake. He'll be chatting with Christian Miller. We've got 24 seconds remaining until intermission. Here's a 2nd and 5. Motion. Milroe with the give up the middle, tons of running room, and a 1st down run for Roydell Williams. The clock now will stop, remember, in the final minute of the quarter, the second quarter, and the final minute of the fourth quarter. There will be a stoppage as they have the first down recorded. In this case, though, Alabama elected to take a timeout of their own, but they could have allowed that and let the ball settle and move the clock, stop the clock that way.
You know, and it's one of those things where you don't want to press it too much, because if you have an unsuccessful play on second down, you might have to punt prior to halftime with 2 unsuccessful plays. Now, with only 11 seconds to go, you need a big chunk play right here to even have any sort of opportunity. You really only have one play to get in field goal range.
Jermaine Burton and Kobe Prentice wide to the near side. 2 wideouts to the far. 11 seconds to go in the first half. Alabama up comfortably. Here's Milrose, straight drop under pressure. He escapes up the middle, gets across the 30 to the 32, but it's going to be short of the first down, and that is going to end the first half of play. A 28-0 lead for the Alabama Crimson Tide here at intermission. We'll be hearing from the coach and Christian Miller here in a moment. Your thoughts, Tyler?
Pretty impressive there. Took care of the football. We got the takeaway there on the defensive side. So all in all, a pretty successful first half of football for this season.
And how about your thoughts? What did you see, Christian?
Saw a lot of good things. You know, I really like the physical style of play up front from the offensive line. I like how the defense has done a nice job forcing some turnovers. They're doing a pretty good job getting on the perimeter, because that's where they're really being challenged right now. So I'm hoping to see that continue in the second half.
And now coming up at halftime, our visit with Coach Nick Saban. It's brought to you by Golden Flake. They have been a sponsor of Alabama football since seemingly the day they blew up that first football. And that's going to be coming up here in just a moment or so. And then we've got all the scores and highlights of action across the country coming up on the Full Moon Barbecue halftime report. Down to the end zone to our right, Christian Miller and the coach.
Coach, a solid start to this game, but still a lot of football left. What are your thoughts on the first half?
Well, you know, I think that we want to make a few more explosive plays on offense. I think we executed fairly well, but, you know, got a couple sacks. Protection broke down. They blitz a lot. We know they're going to blitz a lot, so we got to do a good job. You know, they move the ball a little bit. It's nickel diamond us a little bit on defense, and being able to check to the quarterback counter when they went empty. So we just got to clean some of that stuff up and not make any mental errors and keep our juice. I thought we lost our juice a little bit at the beginning of the game.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Coach.
All right. I see Kendrick Law now back as the deep man for the Crimson Tide on this kick return. Law just lets the ball sail past him, and it will bounce a couple of times exiting the end zone. So the Crimson Tide, who won the toss, will get the football here to begin half number 2.
Juice. Remember, that was the word he said.
Yes.
I want to see us maintain a little juice. This is when you're up big, you got to maintain that focus and discipline to go out here and put your opponent away.
Jalen Milrose staying in at the quarterback spot. Wide receiver will be Isaiah Bond, along with Burton. Jace McClellan is the running back. Here's Milroe barking out signals. Tight end Danny Lewis Jr. in motion. Here now the give, and going right with no gain there is Jace McClellan. He got gang tackled. Marley Cook, the defensive tackle, led the approach and the attack for Middle Tennessee State.
So this is a read option by Jalen Milroe. He has the ability not only to hand it off, but also to throw a little quick side screen on the backside. He likes to hand it off to McClellan. That defense for Middle Tennessee was right there to stop it.
2 wideouts either way on a 2nd down and 10. Off the far hash mark, straight drop. Milroe loads up, looks long, has a man, but it's short on a one-hopper towards Ja'Cory Brooks, who is down at the 30-yard line and could not get a hold of that football.
Well, there's a one-on-one opportunity there for Brooks. He had him stride for stride. The ball was just thrown inside, and he could not make an adjustment to it.
Haven't mentioned Ja'Cory Brooks much tonight. Here now a 3rd down and 10. Quarterback standing back at his own 20. Signals being relayed in. Here's the snap. Milroe, straight drop, looks left. He's flushed out of the pocket. He goes. One man loses his footing. A second man goes down. And that opens up running lanes for Milroe. A 25-yard run as he has himself another bank first down for Alabama. All that backpedaling for Middle Tennessee, and they took themselves out of the play.
Much better job of the offensive line. They created a pocket for him to be able to step up in, and Jalen Milrose, when he steps up, sees green grass, he's able to take advantage and get the first down.
Here now on play action, Milroe looks and throws a high riser, and it's tipped away by Ja'Cory Brook. He was the intended receiver who then had to transition to becoming a DB because the ball was going to be picked off otherwise. Teldrick Ross and Parker Hughes had the coverage.
Yeah, very fortunate there that ball was not intercepted. I think it was intended on a little double move on the perimeter to Jermaine Burton, but the play was not there.
Jam Miller lined up on the right side of his quarterback. Gets the handoff. Jam dancing, gets tripped up down low as he gets to the 47-yard line of Middle Tennessee. Jamarian Miller tripped up by Jacob Thomas.
We talked about keys to the game. Staying on schedule, staying ahead of the chains. 2nd and 10, not where you want to be. You're only able to pick up 2 yards, a 3rd and long situation.
Defense comes charging up, then they stop. They'll backpedal. 4-man defensive front. Everybody's down on their knees waiting. Milroe claps his hands, gets the snap, looks right, throws long, man behind the defense. He's got him. Touchdown, Alabama, Jermaine Burton. That was the first of many of those this year. 48 yards. You got some juice right there.
I like that. Yeah, you got to like the energy there. Able to overcome a couple of 3rd and long situations here. 2nd and long, 3rd and long on this particular play. You get the one-on-one opportunity to the outside. You're able to take advantage of it. Just a 4-man rush. Great protection. Jalen Milroe once again showing off that arm, hitting Burton in stride for the easy touchdown.
Extra point try by Will Reichard. And that kick is up and good. Alabama now with a 35-0 lead over Middle Tennessee State. The Bromberg scoring drive, 6 plays, 75 yards in 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Bama's up comfortably, 35-0. Reichard, the kickoff, and it's bobbled by DJ England Chisholm. And where did the ball bounce? They're going to say it'll be out at the 7-yard line. So when things go badly, they go badly.
And that's why you hustle. Even though all of these kicks have gone into the end zone, you continue to cover as though something's going to go wrong because the fair catch is called for. It's bobbled. That's a live ball. You have an opportunity not only to recover it, but pin Middle Tennessee State deep in their own territory.
Exactly. Nicholas Battiato remains in at quarterback. Frank Peasant is the running back for Middle Tennessee. Man in motion, Metcalf from the far to the near side. Here now the run. Off the left corner, Peasant turns the corner, gets tripped up by Caleb Downs, and he gets to the 6-yard line. So maybe a yard gain, if that much.
Boy, Caleb Downs wasted no time coming down from the safety position on the perimeter, and that's what was needed in the first half that we didn't see. Of course, you still had the deep threat. Deontay Lawson also doing a good job of getting out there to stop him.
Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage that time. Now with an empty backfield, Battiato in trouble. He'll escape and throw to the near side, and it bounces away from Frank Peasant in the right flat, incomplete.
Very fortunate to get away and not have a safety right there because they were trying to set up a double move, backed up, and they didn't have enough time. And we had pressure come right up the middle. And Battiato very fortunate to not only break containment but get to the outside, but Dallas Turner forced an errant throw.
3 of 9 in third down conversions are the Blue Raiders. Alabama on top. 35-0. Here's the handoff, and down he goes. Frank Peasant gets taken down again. That was Lawson who came charging through. Deontay's playing really well here tonight. Not that that's a surprise, mind you.
Yeah, we expected a lot out of him. And Christian, that's got to be a good feeling when the offense just concedes on 3rd and long.
They did right there. They conceded, and Deontay Lawson just did a really nice job. He's just showing off his athleticism right there, getting right past the guard, going and cleaning up on that tackle right there. That's exactly why we've talked about him so much, and they get so much praise from this team. They love the type of leader that he is, and his athletic ability, the way he can cover sideline to sideline. He's really a guy that can do it all in the middle.
Kool-Aid McKinstry waiting back at the 50-yard line, standing atop the logo, and there's whistles as the ball is snapped back to the punter.
Timeout. Middle Tennessee, their first.
So a timeout taken.
It'll be 30 seconds
by
to live.
Coach Stockstill, and it's just going to be a 30-second timeout.
You know, and you wonder there too, why take the timeout? I mean, 5-yard penalty, so what? That's half the distance.
Yeah.
I don't think they had enough people on the field though.
That could have been. I didn't count. You know me. Well, you don't know me that well. Math was the 4th grade math were the 6 longest years of my life. So it takes me a while to get through my ciphering.
You're like the last person to still call it ciphering.
Yeah. 11:23 to go in the 3rd. 35-0 Alabama. Dirk getting set to punt it away. And he does. Kool-Aid goes back. Quite a punt all the way to the 30. Kool-Aid trying to outrace a couple of men. Turns the corner. Breaks a tackle. Starts up the right sideline. He's to the 40. He's to the 35. Tripped down. And off he goes to the 33-yard line. Wow. How about that?
Boy,
meanwhile, there was an injury. I think Cole Adams, was he banged up behind the play? Tough to tell. We'll ask Christian to check on that. But a 38-yard punt and a 32-yard return. Christian?
Eli, the player down right there was Malachi Moore. He got up walking gingerly. He looked like he was favoring his left leg. So I'll get an update on that and give it to you guys as soon as
great.
possible.
Thank you. Thank you.
Boy, it's a punting the ball down far downfield is great, but man, that leaves Kool-Aid McKinstry plenty of time to be able to field it and take it.
Now here's Milroe on the handoff. Ball comes to the near side. And spinning forward was Roydell Williams. Isaiah Bond over there with help as well.
Little different look. That's the first end around that we have seen.
Yes.
A lot of misdirection there, and that's eye candy for the defense and really forces them just to kind of hesitate and prevents them from reacting to the ball carrier.
Justice Haynes now checks in. The young man from Buford, Georgia, lines up to the left of Milroe, who throws a timing route into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! That was Amari Niblack, the tight end, 29 yards. Beautifully thrown timing route to Niblack in the end zone.
That was a great throw. That was a great throw from the standpoint of he anticipated where the tight end was going to be. He threw it on time. He threw it probably while the tight end was over the middle of the ball, and he throws it all the way on the deep, almost post route, anticipating what the defense is going to do, drops it right into the breadbasket. Now you look like a quarterback.
A little more of that juice the coach is looking for. And the extra point is up and good. 42-0. Alabama having their way on a Saturday night here, opening night in Tuscaloosa. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Reichard getting set to kick it away. Alabama's on top 42-0. And that's the 8th kick. And again, there will be no return. So he's doing an outstanding job, which is not a surprise. By the way, the Bromberg scoring drive on that last drive, 2 plays, 34 yards in 41 seconds. So things went going very, very well for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Nicholas Vattiato remains in at quarterback. Redshirt sophomore. Jaden Creddle is the running back now. He flanks the quarterback to his right. Man in motion for the far side. Here's the quick throw out into the right side. Dancing up the right perimeter was Elijah Metcalf. Christian Story came up to make the stop.
Trey Amos also in at cornerbacks. First time we've seen him on the field, as well as Christian Story, and both of them doing a nice job keeping their eyes in the backfield, recognizing this attack is mainly at the line of scrimmage, back and forth between sideline to sideline. They're keeping everything in front of them, reacting, getting up there and making the tackle for no gain.
Trey Amos from New Iberia, Louisiana, a senior. Now a man in motion. That's Norris. He goes to the far side on the toss. He'll try and turn the corner, but Alabama just comes down the line and clamps him down. Nice play by Deontay Lawson and others.
And Terry and Arnold, I think he's playing safety now. They've moved him from corner up to safety. They actually got 3 safeties in the game, because you also have Jake Pope, redshirt freshman, in as well. So a couple new guys.
Middle Tennessee, 30% in third down conversions. They're 3 of 10. Looking now at a third down and 9. Here on the screen, very little on the right side, relatively speaking. It'll bring up a 4th down. Chris Braswell and Terry and Arnold quickly closed all the openings.
And I want to ask Christian this. Christian, you talk about it all the time about being multiple. And I guess with Malachi Moore out of the game now, they've had to shuffle some things up there in the secondary.
They have. They've moved guys from corner to safety and put other safeties in the game. And that's exactly what we were talking about when we watch these scrimmages. Look, they have a lot of depth and a lot of versatility, and we're seeing that on display right now.
Trey Turk now to punt yet again. Kool-Aid McKinstry waits. High punt comes down. Kool-Aid accelerates. Man, he just went into, he went into a different gear and then got drilled, and flags come flying. A 52-yard punt. Kool-Aid without a helmet now is walking off the field. Did they hit him with the crown of the helmet? Was that another, I don't know if that was Jalen Davis with a targeting. We'll have to wait and hear what the officials say.
Targeting. Kicking team number 12. The previous play is under video review.
I might be wrong. I thought he got blocked into Kool-Aid McKinstry. I mean, he was a wrecking ball coming down there, but
sure was. Let's see here. I don't think so. Well, the video is inconclusive in that, looks like he might have been blocked in the back into Kool-Aid.
It was definitely helmet to helmet.
Yeah.
But
we're just watching it again, and there he is shoved in the back by
Kendarius Robinson.
Yeah, Kendarius Robinson. Christian, did you have a better view?
To me, it definitely looked like targeting right there. The only issue is Quandarius Robinson did kind of block him in the back and push him into Kool-Aid McKinstry. So that might be a reason why they might not call it targeting, but it definitely was helmet-to-helmet contact.
Yeah, it sure was. Here's referee Daniel Gautreau
After video review, there is no foul for targeting. It'll be first down, Alabama at the 25-yard line.
The crowd doesn't like it. An explanation of he was blocked into him might have eased some of the stuff, but it was a heck of a hit, man. I'm
Boy,
telling
it was hard.
you.
Yeah, sorry to kind of pause and go, ooh, right there on radio, but man, goodness, you don't see, there's not too many licks like that thrown during the course of a game.
Now a new quarterback for Alabama, Tyler Buckner, the transfer from Notre Dame. He is in. Justice Haynes is the running back to his right rear. Here's the snap and the handoff to Justice Haynes. He'll pick up 3 on the play before he is gang tackled backwards. Tyler Buckner became the first Chinese American quarterback to start for a Power 5 school when he started at Ohio State with Notre Dame back in last season. Here now, man in motion, comes to the near side. The give to Justice. And he gets to the 30-yard line, Justice does. Brings up a 3rd and 5. Buckner, 21 of 35 passing in 10 games in 2021. He was the first Notre Dame true freshman with a rush and a pass TD in the same game when he played in South Bend. Bama 8 of 10 in 3rd down conversions. Here's a look by the right side, and Buckner overthrows the intended receiver. He was trying to find Jalen Hale on the right sideline, and he overthrew him there, and the Crimson Tide will have to punt it away as James Burnip trots back in. He has 2 punts today, averaging 50.5 yards.
And I tell you, he has looked awfully impressive here this evening. He was only averaging about 44 yards in the scrimmages that we were able to watch here in preseason, but tonight has done an outstanding job not only getting further down the field, but the hang time has not diminished at all.
And Burnip booms it away. Fair catch and body contact there. Flags are coming in. There will be kick-catch interference as 2 flags come flying in. So,
you know, but Eli, I think Kendrick Law was pushed into him.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. And it's not a clear-cut call because all the officials are now getting together to talk it over at the 23-yard line. Again, if you're pushed into the guy, Christian, that's no penalty. What else you got for us on the sideline?
Well, Eli, I've got 2 injury updates. First, Malachi Moore is inside the locker room for further evaluation, not expected to return. However, Kool-Aid McKinstry, after being evaluated, is expected to return into the football game.
All right, thank you.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 on each team. Block in the back, return team number 27. Kick-catch interference, kicking team number 19. Those fouls will offset and will replay 4th down.
I always get frustrated when one penalty causes another penalty.
Yeah.
It ought to take precedent. The block in the back should take precedent over the kick catch.
Spoken like the true Crimson Tider.
Well, he did still try to tackle him, though.
Yeah,
even though
he
got
did.
blocked in the back, didn't he? But I can't blame him. Kendrick Law doing a good job of hustling down there. He did get pushed in the back, but.
So they're going to have what we used to call on the streets of Brooklyn a do-over.
Yeah, but y'all's wasn't from hitting a tree limb or something like
No,
ours
it
playing
was from
backyard
bouncing
football.
off Ms. O'Leary's car. She was a nice lady, just never understood why imprints of my body parts were all over the hood of her car. So Burnip is back out. He'll get the snap back at around the 15-yard line. Long snap back to him, and it's boomed away. Fair catch being signaled. Takes a bit of a Middle Tennessee roll. And now the Blue Raiders will go to work after a 70-yard punt and, a 38-yard punt and no return. For Middle Tennessee. 3 men wide to the far side. One comes in motion. Here's Vettel. He gets the O'Credle. He gets the handoff, and he'll dance to the right side, right into the arms of Dallas Turner, who'll make the stop. Be a 2nd down and 9 upcoming. Dallas Turner, junior from Fort Lauderdale. Great player. Outstanding student, SEC academic honor roll, in addition to all he does on the gridiron. Empty backfield. Badiato looks, throws left side to Middlebrook. He'll make the grab, dance down the left sideline. He's up to the 45 and then is run out of bounds. They'll say he stepped out after a 21-yard gain at the 48-yard line.
Boy, just completely lost containment there on the perimeter as well. Didn't have any safety help nor linebackers getting out to the edge. Middle Tennessee State was at a ton of yards to gain on there, and they moved the ball across midfield.
So now from the 48 of Alabama, going left to right, 1st and 10. Empty backfield again. Vattiato looks and throws across the middle, and it's caught by Tate, who'll use that big body of his to get some running room and move the chains one more time.
He got sandwiched between Christian Story and Deontay Lawson. Somehow was able to not only hold on to the ball, but pick up an extra 3 or 4 yards after contact.
Now the snap. Hand off to the man in the backfield. Nothing up the middle. Bounces off of him. Bounces to the right side. And that's Middlebrook again. Going, Middlebrook didn't start. They had Jaden Credle. They had Peasant. They had Terry Wilkins on their depth chart. We never saw Jakail Middlebrooks. All of a sudden he comes in. Now he exits for a moment, but he wasn't on the original depth chart.
I got to give a lot of credit to Middle Tennessee State. And they're down big. Yeah. They're not giving up, though.
No, not at all.
Fast-paced. They're not conceding.
They play at Missouri next week. Another SEC opponent. Here's the screen in the right side. Grab is made. And the play whistled dead at the 30, maybe the 29-yard line.
Earl Little did a great job of coming up and forcing that play back inside. And Christian had talked about this early. Getting the help from the safeties and the edges, forcing the ball carrier back inside where all the help is.
That was Bryce Bailey who came off the bench to make that reception for Middle Tennessee as Coach Stockstill starts going down his depth chart just a bit here this evening. On a 3rd down and 2. Badiato on a slant and a nice reception for a 1st down. They get down to the 22-yard line and move the chains again.
Slant's so difficult to stop when it's thrown on time and the ball is put where it's supposed to be.
A.J. Toney, the receiver there. Now an interesting lineup here. They got 3 men shoulder to shoulder, split all the way to the left side. A single wide out to the right side. Quarterback in the shotgun. A single man lined up in the slot. Now in motion from the far side. Play action, and it's kept and carried across the 20 for a gain inside to the 19. Chris Braswell does the job tripping things up there. That was DJ Riles, who was at quarterback that time.
Little razzle-dazzle trying to get numbers on the backside away from the formation, but Alabama stayed at home, played it well, kept everything in front of them.
Now Riles leaves. Vattiato back on the field at the 25-yard line. Man in motion from the near to the far side. Wide open in the middle. Vadiato finds a man. First down inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. That was Holden Willis, transfer from South Florida, where he played the last couple of years, had 8 receptions there. So now 1st and goal from the 8. Mishandled play that fortunately for Middle Tennessee does not end up on the carpet. No gain, no loss. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 8.
Yeah, it almost looked like a little bit of confusion. Vadiato didn't know where to pull it or go ahead and give it off, but I don't think it would have mattered.
Yeah.
It was just a crimson curtain there at the line of scrimmage.
We've got 1:30 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Alabama on top, 42-0. Here's the toss, left side, and Bama again comes across. Kellen Stewart gets taken down, and again, no gain, no loss. It'll be 3rd and goal from 8 yards away.
Boy, Jaheim Otis doing an outstanding job from that defensive tackle position of pursuing, and he brought a load to the ball carrier when he made contact.
Substitutions. Jaden Credle back into the lineup. He'll line up in the slot right with 3 men out there. Vadiato uses his hands to signal. Credle comes back towards the formation. Vadiato looks, throws across the middle. Touchdown. A complete pass and a touchdown for Middle Tennessee.
Little pick play down the goal line. You release the slot receiver, and the outside receiver cuts in underneath him about 3 to 4 yards past the line of scrimmage. So you're picking these defensive backs. Earl Little Jr. recognized it, and he reacted. He just missed the tackle around the 4-yard line.
Bryce Bailey on the receiving end of that touchdown. And that puts Middle Tennessee on the scoreboard. Too few players out there for the Blue Raiders. They bring out the 11th guy, Zeke Rankin, now to attempt the extra point, and the kick is up, and it is good. So Middle Tennessee has a single cheerleader down there, standing in the end zone, waving a big blue and white flag as they get points on the board.
Impressive drive, though. You got to give them credit.
Yes.
I mean, they continue to run their offense. They press the ball down the field. We don't see a lot of one-on-one shots, necessarily home run, but staying with the game plan, and they caught Alabama on their heels.
How easy or difficult would that have been to defend if done correctly, Christian?
It's always tough when you have those guys going tempo like that, and Alabama's just got to do a good job getting lined up. And again, they've been doing it all day. They're attacking the perimeter, and we finally saw a little bit more force on the edges by the corner with Earl Little, but they got to keep doing that in order to stop those big plays on the perimeter. Force it back inside where all your help is.
The Bromberg scoring drive, 11 plays, 68 yards. So the Crimson Tide, the shutout goes away, but they still lead comfortably, 42-7. Now with Kendrick Law standing back at his own goal line. Here's the kickoff. High end over end kick. It comes down at the 1, and Law's coming out. He's to the 20, takes a couple of hits, spins to his right, gets out to the 24-yard line, and that's where Alabama will start, 1st and 10. So
be awfully surprised if you saw anything other than Ty Simpson and Buckner from here on out. I mean, you know what you got with Jalen Milroe. He played an outstanding game. I don't think he has anything else to show unless you just need him to have more reps. But
here comes Buckner. Tyler Buckner. He was ESPN's number 8 quarterback. Their number 41 player overall, coming out of high school as a 4-star performer. Jam Miller is the single setback now and he will get the handoff, goes right side, gets out to the 25-yard line where Parker Hughes puts him down. Jam Miller, 33 carries last year, 223 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Next week's going to be interesting for him. He's from Tyler, Texas, and he picked Alabama over the Texas Longhorns. So the two schools that were his finalists
That is the end.
will be playing next weekend as the quarter has come to an end. It's 42-7, the Crimson Tide over the Blue Raiders of Middle Tennessee. So we welcome you back, fourth quarter now here in Tuscaloosa. Alabama on top comfortably. And the ball is dropped, picked up, and thrown up the middle, and it's complete at the 45-yard line. That was Amari Nyblack who makes the grab after the snap was dropped by Tyler Buckner, and he picked it right back up. They end up getting a 20-yard gainer out of the play.
Boy, you have really commented on him over the course of this preseason, and he is not disappointed in his debut here this evening.
Very
Touchdown
true.
pass, couple of catches, high pointing the ball in this seam route, doing an excellent job off of a bumbled snap to be able to pick up the first down.
Now wide to the near side, Jermaine Burton, two men wide left. Running back to the right side of his quarterback. Here's Buckner, looks, swings it out near side. Catch made by Isaiah Bond, who then gets tripped up and spun down at his own 47-yard line.
Well, just a really nice open field tackle as well by the safety for Middle Tennessee State. Thought Isaiah Bonds was going to have an opportunity to get a big play there, but out of nowhere comes the safety.
Benson wide far side. Two men wide to the near side. Here's a second down and 7. Motion far side, Bond, handoff. Looking for running room. Very little there for Jam Miller.
When you say little, he still picked up about, what, 3, almost 4 yards. And this is key right here, too. Tyler Buckner is the only substitute in the game right now. This is still the same offensive line. They need to keep the pressure on this defense for Middle Tennessee State. They need to have success running the football.
8 of 11 in third down conversions. Alabama today on a third down and about 5. Buckner looks, throws the out route. It's up high, caught and brought down by Jermaine Burton. Nice job by the man at 6'2" to reach down and pull that one into a safety.
You put your tight end, C.J. Dupree, on the edge. You put your slot receiver as Burton, which gives him a better matchup against the defender. He runs a little quick out, ball thrown high and outside. He's able to come down with it to move the sticks.
Another bank first down for Alabama. As with two wides to the far side, Alabama starts 1st and 10 from the Middle Tennessee 44. Buckner on the handoff, spin move, penetrating the middle of the defense and down to the 39-yard line. A 5-yard pickup before Jalen Davis makes the tackle.
J.C. Latham got beat from that right tackle position, but he didn't give up. He stayed on his guy, kept his hands on it. And Jam Miller was able, or excuse me, was that Richard Young?
Yes, it was.
Was able to sidestep it and pick up the yardage.
Yep. Now here's Buckner. Looks, throws deep down the right side, and the ball is knocked away. Intended for Jalen Hale. They had coverage by Chris Johnson along the near sideline. Of course, in that instance, you not only have one man defending you, you've got the sideline defending you as well. There was little that could be done.
Boy, there was a lot of contact down there, a lot of hand fighting as the ball was just about to get to Hale, but no penalty flags come out.
So now on a 3rd down and 5, here are penalty flags against Alabama, I'm afraid. The officials will trot in. Everybody's pointing in the direction of the Tide. But let's see if the officials do. Daniel Gautreaux is the referee.
Offsides. defense number 92.
Wow.
Jumped in the neutral zone, causing the offense to react. 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
DeMonte Smith. No wonder he was so vociferous in his
Correction, the 5-yard penalty makes it first down.
in his demonstration there. 8th flag of the day on middle.
I don't know what vociferous means, but I'm assuming it means upset or...
Yeah, ticked off. Well, he was actually very loud in his demonstration against the play call. Call it what you will. Alabama's on top comfortably.
Boy, just under 12 minutes to go. You still want to play clean, right? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, no penalties, no false starts. You still got your first unit out there. Need to finish this drive.
42-7. Alabama leads. Buckner on the give. Running room left side. Justice Haynes down the left sideline. He's got a first down inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line. Justice Haynes goes for 17 yards on the pickup. Another bank first down.
Boy, Eli, that was like a 1980s offensive line, keeping the pads low, driving the line of scrimmage. There was not a defender around Justice Haynes for about 10 yards.
Well, those draw plays will work when called at the right spot. Here now the give, near side they come. And looking for running room that time is Haynes once more. You know, he's not a big guy. He's 5'11", 205, but he runs like a much larger guy. Really,
we know all these.
He buries those shoulders and just keeps going, has the legs flailing.
It's kind of the MO on all these running backs. They're all around 5'10", 5'11", 205 or so.
Now the first unit offensive line takes a seat, and the second unit just comes in. James Brockermeyer is the new center. Has the snap. Quarterback keeper running it near side, walking it on in. Touchdown Alabama, 9 yards. Tyler Buckner, welcome to the Crimson Tide.
Not a bad way to start off either. Doing an excellent job reading that back side end. You get good push by the offensive line, but then crashes. So you know you got a one-on-one look with the safety, and Buckner did a nice job of just pivoting just a hair inside, making him think he was going to go in and got to the perimeter.
So Buckner, in his first game in Tuscaloosa, picks up a touchdown. Now Nealon Hibbett snaps it. And the kick is no good.
49-7, the Crimson Tide in front with 10:38 left to go. We just saw the rushing touchdown by Tyler Buckner. That's the best move of the game. It's presented by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs.
I thank you, Roger, and let me correct myself. I believe I said that extra point was no good. It was obviously good. They're never no good when you got Reichard kicking. So Alabama's lead is 49-7. Here's the kick. And another touchback. And Middle Tennessee will go to work 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. 10:38 to go in the ball game. And next weekend, it'll be Alabama and Texas. One of the plays that have been, or one of the games that's been most anticipated across the country. New quarterback for Middle Tennessee now, DJ Riles. DJ Riles is in. He is alone in the backfield, an empty backfield. 3 wides right, 2 to the left. Riles calls his own number. He'll take a step back and then trot to the near side and get out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, talked a little bit of trash there as well to Kendrick Blackshear. I don't know that he wants to do that. More of a running quarterback, can use his legs very effectively in this offense and has a tremendous amount of speed as he's able to get to the edge for about a gain of 4.
So now a 2nd down and 6. Single setback is to the left rear of his quarterback. Going in motion now. And here's the handoff. Nope, a little toss to Kreddle. Kreddle, who is cutting across the middle.
Blackshear scraped all the way across the line there to make the open field tackle and set up a 3rd and medium type.
3rd and 3. They are 5 of 13 from this distance in 3rd down conversions tonight. The Blue Raiders are. They've got 2 wides to the near side, 3 to the far. Empty backfield, obviously, behind DJ Riles, the quarterback. Man in motion from the far side, goes behind Riles, and then the throw across the middle. Catch is made, ball comes loose, intercepted by Alabama. It looked like it came loose, and indeed, another interception by the Alabama Crimson Tide.
That ball didn't come loose, it was taken away.
Ruling on the field is a catch and a fumble recovered by the defense. 1st down, Alabama.
That was pretty.
That was nice. A little stick route. Surely they're not going to call this incomplete. It was definitely possession on the little 5-yard stick route. And then Blackshear came over along with someone else. It's hard to say exactly who it was. It was Earl Little. Initially stopped the defender, and Blackshear just took it away right out of his hands.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. And Ty Simpson now being brought in the ball game. He gets the first snap here, hands it off, and fighting his way for yardage with that big number 25 on his back.
Boy, that
is going to be... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just about to say that offensive line, man, they are, although it's a 2nd unit, they are absolutely getting after it.
Yeah. Richard Young with those yardage. Alabama waiting now. 1st and 10. Football at the Blue Raiders 23-yard line. Again, the handoff. The Young will fight forward for 3 on the play. Tell you, there's some depth at running back for Alabama. There really is.
They all look alike. They all run alike.
Yeah.
Some are older than others, but that spells well for the future here in the Alabama backfield.
McClellan, Williams, Haynes, Jam Miller, Young. Been a group that's been heralded. Now the quarterback, 3rd one of the day, Ty Simpson. Looks back at his running back, hands it off. Young finds running room, and he'll slash to his left and runs over a man who he leaves in the dust. Parker Hughes, and there is an injury for Middle Tennessee. Their trainers come trotting out. He was just like, can you get the license plate of that truck who just ran me over?
That was an impressive run.
Yeah.
Made a guy miss and then took on the next one head on. Boy, doesn't that make you feel good, though? Well, you're up, but these guys hadn't played, and they're still getting after it, and they're still dominating.
Young, 5'11", 200 pounds, from Lehigh Acres, Florida. Jonathan Butler is up now and walking to the sideline. (49-7) Bama. 7.5 to go in the ball game. Arkansas beat Western Carolina 56-13 today. Been a pretty good start to the season for the SEC overall. Here now a 3rd down and 5. Quarterback keeper angling to the near side. Simpson turns the corner and will get out across the 10 down to the 6. So it's going to be an 11-yard pickup and a first down, and it'll be a first and goal for the Crimson Tide from the Middle Tennessee 6-yard line.
Yeah, Ty Simpson known more for his passing ability, but does a good job reading the end and pulling it in, getting inside the 5-yard line.
He's from Martin, Tennessee. Simpson is. Justice Haynes in the lineup now, a line to the left side, the left rear of Simpson, heading to our right as you listen. Arms go up, clap, and the snap. Simpson looks and throws a slant, and it is to the half-yard line. Jalen Hale in tight quarters made a great catch, and I thought he might have reached the ball across the goal line, but the officials say no.
He tried to, but he was absolutely wrapped up around the waist and could not extend the arms, and probably a good thing he didn't. You don't want to turn the ball down here. Yeah. You couldn't get any closer to the end line without it being a touchdown, is what he just did.
Simpson, the quarterback. Defense tightens. Simpson trying to go himself. And he will take with push from the line for a touchdown, Alabama. Brockermeyer, McVeigh, Pritchett, Ferguson, they're all in there pushing and making sure the quarterback, Ty Simpson, gets the touchdown.
Boy, and that is awesome to witness here this evening, is an offensive line all against a stacked defense right there over the ball. In years past, we would have struggled to move that line of scrimmage, but this offensive line, 5 yards into the end zone. Great push.
And now here's Connor Talty to try the extra point. Connor Talty, the freshman from Chicago, played at St. Rita's, a good school up there in the Chicagoland area. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. So Alabama continues, as expected, to have their way tonight, 56-7. Kick in the air, left to right, end over end. It'll be a shorter kick, taken at the 5. Up to the 10, 15, running into traffic as Stewart gets bounced around and gang tackled back at around the 12-yard line. See what kind of forward progress they'll give him. It'll be somewhere in the what did he call it? I don't think he called a fair catch. Nope. It'll be around the 20-yard line. Alabama learning a lot tonight. They've worked hard tonight. And it'll be a different game come next Saturday, when the Texas Longhorns come to town. Coach Steve Sarkisian. Kyle Lowe is in at quarterback now. Lowe with a handoff. Goes to the right side for a yard. Kyle Lowe, the third quarterback of the night for Middle Tennessee. They opened up with Nicholas Vattiato, then DJ Riles, and now Kyle Lowe. Lowe is alone in the backfield. Now man in motion, comes to the near side. A bullet of a snap back to the quarterback, and here's Middlebrook, who'll come to the near side, being watched closely by the Tide defenders, and he's taken down to a stop at the 26-yard line. It'll bring up a third down and about 2.5 from there.
They put a lot of stress on your perimeter. They really make you run, and that creates a lot of cutback lanes as well. And Alabama's done a good job of forcing everything inside out and using the sideline as a friend.
They've converted 5 first downs tonight on third down plays, the Blue Raiders have. Now with all sorts of motion in the backfield, here's the handoff, and fighting forward for a first down is Middlebrook. I'll tell you, all that that eye candy, though. They got guys going here, going there, going. You know, if you can just keep your eyes where you're supposed to watch, you can figure it out
and ignore the rest of it. That's easier said than done, though.
Much easier, yes. Down to 3:57, time remaining in the ball game. Alabama's up 56-7. Kyle Lowe sends a man in motion. He'll turn it upfield and get tripped up. Good penetration by the Crimson Tide defense. That was Tony who got the carry and got tripped up by Alabama going to the right side. It'll be a second down and 10 or 11. They'll say the play loses about a yard.
I believe that was Keanu Coote.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a lot of speed.
Yes, Keanu Coote. His last name is spelled K-O-H-T. It's pronounced Coote. Now Heffley is in at quarterback for Middle Tennessee. Heffley with a handoff that gets a yard out to the 30. So the fourth different quarterback to be used by Coach Rick Stockstill, and his son, who is the quarterback coach, Brent Stockstill. I remember he quarterbacked the last time Alabama played Middle Tennessee back in 2015.
And who Christian Miller claims to have hit a tater on back in Little League Baseball back in South Carolina. He didn't claim that. I said that. Apparently they played against each other in Little League Baseball back in the day.
Really? There you go. Flag on the play. Were you able to tag him pretty well there, Christian?
Yeah, back in the day, I did play a little League football against Coach's son. But, yeah, I think I got the better half on those matchups.
Well, I thought it was baseball.
Yeah,
shows what I know, huh?
That's all right.
He still wore him out, though.
Of course. They wind the clock now. Coming up. Oh. Well, he must not have made contact and penetrated. There was motion at the line of scrimmage, but no flags came flying.
Eli, you got to remind me we're doing radio sometimes.
Yeah.
They don't see what we're seeing. We saw defensive lineman jump off sides, was able to get back before the penalty. It wouldn't matter, no, not necessarily, but it was 3rd and 10. That would have made it 3rd and 5, and you know it would have infuriated the coaching staff for Alabama.
Yeah. "90 seconds to go in this one. So the Crimson Tide will go to 1-0 on the year. Middle Tennessee to go to 0-1. They play at Mizzou next week. Then they go home to play Murray State and Colorado State. Isaiah Bond is deep to field this punt for Alabama. They boom that one away. Bond goes back, settles, makes the grab, basket style at the 15, gets spun around, and then rolls forward with a flag on the play for an extra yard. Flag came in with 49 seconds to go after Isaiah Bond made the grab.
I think they're going to get a holding.
Holding. Return team number 7. The 10-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the run. First down.
And we've got timeout. All right, here we go. Alabama now just trying to run things down. 49 seconds remaining. Simpson is the quarterback for the Crimson Tide. He'll hand it off. And nothing more there for the running back game. And Bama's just going to let the clock wind down. 35 seconds to go.
Well, Eli, we talked about relaxing and playing, and I think that Jalen Milroe did that tonight.
Yes.
He did not put too much on him, played within himself. He took what the defense gave. He didn't force the ball, which is something we saw last season. So very impressed with his performance here this evening.
Yep. Richard Young on the handoff. Gets the football, and that is going to do it as he brings it out to the 15-yard line. And here come the coaches out to midfield. They know each other well. Coach Nick Saban and Coach Rick Stockstill, and they'll exchange pleasantries near the midfield logo as Alabama has won this ball game tonight by a final of 56-7. Well, let's take a look at this one here, Tyler. A surprise? No. Most people would have picked the game anywhere from 40-some-odd points to 50-some-odd points. I don't think that's a surprise. But how it happened and how it played out, some big plays, some good defense. It was an overall solid performance.
And it all started with the talk that this offensive line wanted to take on a different identity tonight. And Christian Miller mentioned it several times. He has not seen as physical of an offensive unit as what was displayed in the first half. And then Coach Saban at halftime said, we need more explosive plays. So what do? They come out, they throw a couple of bombs, and they're able to capitalize that. So we saw a little bit of everything. Alabama controlled this game, was able to do what they wanted when they wanted to. That was extremely impressive. This defensive unit, they're flying around the football, a tough, challenging offensive unit to go against as far as how they run you so much, kept everything in front. Nice performance overall by the Crimson Tide.
And Christian Miller, what did you see, and what do you expect Coach Saban to zero in on in time for next Saturday?
Eli, I saw a physical, nasty, relentless offensive line that we've been hearing about this offseason.
Yep.
So nice to see that in this football game. I thought Jalen Milroe displayed that growth and improvement that we've been seeing over the past several weeks, just looking so poised and confident in the pocket back there, making some really nice throws, and also showing off that athletic ability. I also thought we did a great job forcing some turnovers by the defense. We had an interception with Jalen Key and Kendrick Blackshire literally ripping the ball away. And, I thought we responded well to the negative plays and negative situations, coming up with some stops when we really needed them. And most importantly, we did a good job playing discipline. There was only a few mental errors, but there really was hardly any penalties. And that was a key emphasis in the offseason. So I think you walk away from this one very confident. There was a lot of positives in this game that you can carry over into the next week's big matchup against Texas here in Tuscaloosa.
And Roger, I thought that seeing Jalen Milroe